In this Money Smart Basics video, we will uncover why you need these 5 budgeting hacks to save big every month. Join me as I tackle 5 simple hacks to save $1,000 every month. From meal planning to ditching subscriptions, let's boost those savings together. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment for more Money Smart Basics videos. Stay until the end to receive a bonus tip. Hey everyone, welcome back to Money Smart Basics channel. Today I'm excited to share with you 5 amazing budgeting hacks I learned from a friend that have completely transformed my finances and helped me save an extra $1,000 a month. We're talking about real practical tips that you can implement right away to start seeing a difference in your bank account. So, if you're ready to take control of your money and start working towards your financial goals, buckle up because these hacks are absolute game changers. Let's dive right in. The first hack, and honestly the most crucial one, is to track every single dollar you spend. I know it sounds tedious, maybe even a little obsessive, but trust me on this, you can't fix what you don't track. Think of it like this. If you were trying to lose weight, you'd track your calories, right? Well, managing your money is no different. You need to know where your money is going so you can identify areas where you can cut back and save. Now, before you start sweating about carrying around a notebook and pen everywhere you go, let me tell you, it's 2024. There's an app for that. There are tons of great budgeting apps out there, many of them free, that make tracking your expenses incredibly easy. You can link your bank accounts and credit cards, and the app will automatically categorize your transactions for you. It's like having a personal finance assistant in your pocket. I personally use an app called Mint, but there are plenty of other great options out there like Personal Capital, YNAB, You Need a Budget, and Every Dollar, just to name a few. Find one that works best for you and your spending habits. Once you start tracking your expenses, you'll be amazed at how much money you're actually spending on things you don't even really need or think about. That daily coffee habit? Yeah, that adds up. Those impulse buys at the checkout counter, they can really put a dent in your budget. By seeing these expenses laid out in front of you, you'll be more mindful of your spending habits and start making more conscious decisions about where your money goes. Remember, knowledge is power, and when it comes to your finances, knowing where your money is going is the first step to taking control and achieving your financial goals. Now, let's talk about the second budgeting hack that's been a game changer for me, the cash envelope system. It might seem a little old school in today's digital age, but trust me, this method is incredibly effective, especially when it comes to curbing spending in those tempting discretionary categories. You know what I'm talking about: eating out, entertainment, shopping, those areas where it's all too easy to overspend without even realizing it. So, how does the cash envelope system work? It's simple, but incredibly powerful. At the beginning of each month, you decide how much money you want to allocate to each spending category. Let's say you want to limit your restaurant spending to $200 and your entertainment budget to $100 for the month. You'd withdraw that cash, $200 for restaurants and $100 for entertainment, and put each amount into a separate envelope, clearly labeled with the category. Now, here's the key. Once that cash is gone, it's gone. You can't spend any more money in that category until the next month. This physical limitation creates a psychological barrier that's much harder to break than simply swiping a credit card. When you have to physically hand over cash, you're more likely to think twice about the purchase. Plus, there's something about seeing the money dwindling in the envelope that makes you more conscious of your spending. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but what about online purchases? I do most of my shopping online. Don't worry, the cash envelope system can be adapted for the digital age. You can use prepaid cards or digital envelopes within your budgeting app to mimic the same concept. The important thing is to set those limits for yourself and stick to them. The cash envelope system is a fantastic way to take control of your spending, especially in those areas where you tend to overspend. Give it a try and see how much money you can save. Chapter 3. Automate your savings. Pay yourself first, every single time. Let's move on to the third budgeting hack, and this one is a real game changer: automating your savings. You've probably heard the phrase, pay yourself first, and that's exactly what we're talking about here. Instead of waiting until the end of the month to see what's left over, which, let's be honest, is often not much, you're going to prioritize your savings by automating the process. Think of it like this. Your savings should be a non-negotiable expense, just like your rent or mortgage payment. You wouldn't skip paying your rent, would you? So why should your savings be any different? Here's how to automate your savings. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account every time you get paid. This could be a fixed amount like $100 per paycheck or a percentage of your income like 10%. The key is to make it consistent and automatic so you don't even have to think about it. Out of sight, out of mind, right? The beauty of automating your savings is that it takes the willpower out of the equation. You're not even tempted to spend the money because it's already been whisked away to your savings account before you can even think about it. Now I know some of you might be thinking, but I can barely make ends meet as it is. How am I supposed to save anything? Listen, I get it. We've all been there. But even if you can only afford to save a small amount each month, like $20 or $50, it's still better than nothing. The important thing is to start somewhere and build that savings habit. Over time, as you earn more money or find ways to cut back on your expenses, you can gradually increase the amount you're saving. Automating your savings is one of the easiest and most effective ways to build wealth over time. It's like putting your money on autopilot and letting it grow without even lifting a finger. So set it and forget it, and watch your savings account balance soar. Chapter 4, Meal Prep, your secret weapon against expensive takeout temptations. Now let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, food. More specifically, how to save a ton of money on food by embracing the power of meal prepping. Let's be honest, eating out is expensive. Those takeout coffees, lunches on the go, and dinners at restaurants can really eat into your budget, pun intended. But what if I told you that you could enjoy delicious home-cooked meals without spending hours in the kitchen every day? That's where meal prepping comes in. Meal prepping is simply the act of planning and preparing some or all of your meals ahead of time. This could mean prepping your lunches for the week on Sunday night, batch cooking a big pot of soup or chili to have on hand for dinners, or even just chopping up some veggies and portioning out snacks to grab on the go. The benefits of meal prepping are numerous. First and foremost, it saves you money. When you cook at home, you control the ingredients and the portions, which means you're not paying restaurant markups or wasting food. Plus, when you have healthy meals and snacks readily available, you're less likely to make those impulse purchases at the vending machine or order takeout when you're short on time. Meal prepping also saves you time and energy. Instead of scrambling to figure out what to eat every single day, you've already got it all planned out. This is especially helpful during busy weekdays when you're short on time and energy. Imagine coming home from work, tired and hungry, and instead of resorting to an unhealthy frozen dinner or ordering expensive takeout, you open your fridge to a delicious home-cooked meal that's ready to heat and eat. That's the power of meal prepping. Now I know what you might be thinking, but I'm not a chef. I don't have time to cook elaborate meals. Listen, meal prepping doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. Start small by prepping just 1 or 2 meals a week and gradually work your way up. There are tons of easy and affordable meal prep recipes available online and in cookbooks. You can even find pre-portioned ingredients and meal kits to make the process even easier. The key is to find what works for you and your lifestyle. Chapter 5, Negotiate your bills. Don't be afraid to ask for a better deal. Finally, let's talk about a budgeting hack that often gets overlooked: negotiating your bills. That's right, those bills that you pay every month for internet, phone service, insurance, even your credit card interest rates. They're not set in stone. You actually have more power than you think to negotiate better rates and save money. I know it might seem intimidating, but trust me, it's worth it. The worst that can happen is they say no, and you're no worse off than you were before. But in many cases, companies are willing to work with you to keep you as a customer, especially if you've been with them for a while or if you're a valuable customer. So, how do you go about negotiating your bills? First, do your research. Compare rates from different providers in your area and see how your current rates stack up. This will give you leverage when you call your current provider. Next, pick up the phone and call them. Don't be afraid to be polite but assertive. Let them know that you're considering switching to a competitor because you've found a better rate. Be prepared to negotiate, and don't be afraid to walk away if they're not willing to budge. If you're not comfortable negotiating over the phone, you can also try sending a written request or using online chat features. The key is to be persistent and don't give up easily. Remember, these companies want to keep you as a customer, so they're often willing to work with you to find a solution that works for both parties. Negotiating your bills might seem like a small thing, but those savings can really add up over time. So, don't be afraid to pick up the phone and ask for a better deal. You might be surprised at how much money you can save. Outrow, start saving today, and there you have it, folks. Those are the 5 budgeting hacks that have helped me save an extra $1,000 a month. Remember, taking control of your finances is a journey, not a race. Start by implementing 1 or 2 of these hacks today and see how much of a difference it makes in your life. You don't have to do everything perfectly from the start. Just start somewhere and keep moving forward. Every little bit counts, and over time, those small changes will add up to big results. You've got this. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more money-saving advice. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. With that, you are ahead of 90% of most people in America. Here is the bonus tip that we promise. Stop stressing over budgets. Let's make it simple and fun. Many find budgeting tough because it feels restrictive. But here's a tip. Track every dollar you spend for a week. You'll see where your money goes, and making changes becomes easier. The information in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only, and is not intended as financial advice. We are not financial advisors, and the content should not be construed as professional financial advice. Always seek the advice of a qualified financial advisor or other professional regarding your specific financial situation. The use of any information provided in this video is solely at your own risk. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment for more Money Smart Basics videos.